Please keep my broadcast safe and put always protection around me. Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome. This is the show that we have on at night for those that are new to the show. We have been doing some morning broadcasts that are usually about an hour and 15 minutes. It's a short show for morning people that are not on it usually at night. Good evening, everyone. I'm CmdrAleon. Just to give you some background, I'm the host of WESU-FM's Cosmic Eye Ashtar Command Radio for 21 years. I am a positive contactee. I'm a starseed. I work with the Ashtar Command. I'm from the Ashtar Command, and I'm able to help people. Depending on the stories I hear, I can help them recently with my newly downloaded abilities from the Ashtar Command itself. I'm a Christed being of light. I'm a cosmic Christed being of light, so I work in Christ consciousness always. And I'm also been a talk show host for 21 years on radio, but I've been on radio since the 70s in Vermont. When I was in Vermont, I did radio up there, and unrelated to this, I did music. I have a music show on the radio station, but I've always had a passion for media, and I love what I do. And so welcome everybody to the show. Glad to have you all here with us. And let's see. Someone's asking me, have you seen UFOs? Oh gosh, I've seen so many UFOs or spaceships since the 1960s. I've seen a lot of spaceships, what I call unidentified, which would be to me non-terrestrial spaceships. Hey, Sassafras, good to see you. And for people that, when I do interviews on here, and I do interview people, you have to be over 18. No paranormal discussion, no smoking, no drinking, no drunks, no drugs, nothing like that on my show. Else you'll never get on, you know. No, that's the actual air conditioner, which I will turn off. We'll turn that off for now. Let's see here. So we just turned off the air conditioner that was coming through a little bit. And, we have this person that needs to be taken out. Let me see. Already we have the trolls coming in here. That person is now taken out. That's Soul, whatever it is. That's just Shalton Ha. I just took them out. They're gone. You see, the one thing when you're in radio and broadcasting for many years, and when you're doing social media and you're doing what you're doing on here, you're going to get these people that are going to try to sidetrack everybody. So I took them right out. See, that's the one thing they don't know. You know, I take them right out. Hey, Geraldine, good to see you. Hey, Cooper, Melissa, Sassafras, thank you for the flowers. We're going to Digital Keith, thank you. Let me see here. We got us up. Tar! I just want to make sure I pin my goals here with a hat and a mustache. You know, you can never get a good commander down because the commander will always be here to bust the matrix. That's what some of these trolls don't understand. Let's see here. Hey, Becca. And Dale, you know, Jesus loves you too, brother. Did you know that, Dale, Jesus is on a spaceship? That's right. Well, he has been on a spaceship most recently, on an Ashtar Command spaceship, which are the people, the space people of love and light, the people that are here to help our planet, what we call the Ashtar Command, they're Christed beings of light. So there you go. Clay, thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. Hope you are, Cooper. Cinnamon Roll, good to see you. Good evening. How do I regain my mental powers? I think basically just meditate, go within, try to connect with your star family, and your star family can help you. Really, that's the only way to do it. It might take time to do it, though, but really simple things like just going within reflection to who you truly are, remembering who you are. Jojo, good evening. Good to see you. North Star, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Baja, welcome. Robert Rains, good evening. Thank you for the follow. Everybody out there, Teresa, welcome. Jetty878, Caroline Doris, I think it is. Welcome to the show. Jenny, hey Jenny, good to see you. Hope you're having you had a good day. Thank you, Kyle, for the follow. We appreciate it, Paul. Scuba Steve, I appreciate you, Commander. Thank you, Clay. We appreciate you too, man. You know, without any of you here, I couldn't be doing the mission work I'm doing and reaching all the people I'm doing, and you're helping me do that, and I appreciate that. User 937, good evening. Good to see you. Yoel, welcome to the show. Adam, welcome. CH3113, Tone Bones, welcome. Giselle, good to see you. And everybody coming in here, I'm just going to say a good evening to everybody, wherever you are. Jenny Corbett. And let's see, Dominic. User 225. I'm just looking at Dragon. Candy, welcome to the show. Smiles. Everybody coming here. Someone. Sunone. Ufology Ministry. Ufology, welcome. Shellbell. Hey, Shellbell. Diane, thank you for the chili. Hope your Bigfoot friends are doing well down where you are. Lynn, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. We're just getting started, folks, so you haven't missed anything. I'm actually 4 shows behind, and after I record this show tonight, I'll be 5 shows behind to catch up to. So if you're wondering where the last 4 or 5 shows are, I am going to get them onto the YouTube channel. All my shows are on YouTube eventually. Astro Command Spaceship News is my YouTube channel. I also have a link for that on my main page. The other thing is, excuse me, I have my Cash App. My Cash App here I use on TikTok is Venmo. So please, during the show, if you feel like donating $5 or $10, go to my Venmo app. It's a Cash App link, and you just press it. You can go there and make a donation. We certainly would appreciate it. As well as if you decide to use TikTok coins, you can do that too, like some people are doing here during the show tonight. So you're watching Encounters. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Sasha, if you missed me last night, that show will be eventually put on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see it. And welcome Jessica and everybody coming in. We welcome everybody out there. And we hope you're all having a great night, wherever you may be. I'm just going to do this here. I'm just inviting a few people. And wherever they may be, we're sending some light out there to all our brothers and sisters. And we'll see who comes up. Tracy, welcome Tracy. Eric Lopez, you're watching Encounters. Angela Young, welcome. Everybody out there, Marinee, one of my moderators. Sarah Chappell, welcome to the show. Everyone out there, wherever you may be, welcome. So here's how it works. I do a lot of stuff here. One of the things I do want to mention, I just posted a video from India recently, in the last 24 hours, of a spaceship going over an area in India, and it was pretty impressive, and I posted that one. I have another video I posted within 48 hours from an airline pilot that actually showed these 2 spaceships circling each other, and they were at 35,000 feet above the ocean in the Atlantic. And what else here? What else is new? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's another, hey Chesno, there's another video. I couldn't edit it, but I got this video that was from the East Coast. I think it was just from the last 24 hours. And it shows one of those healing vessels that is cleaning up the environment, going outside of the clouds, and it's like radiating light, and then it disappears in the clouds, and this person is in a car with somebody trying to videotape it on a highway. and they're looking with the camera up, and then the thing disappears. I haven't posted that yet, but I'm going to relook at it, and I probably will post it, and you'll probably see that post coming on here probably in about 24 hours or less. It's one of those those ships that are cleaning, it's a ship or whatever it is, it's cleaning the environment. So welcome to the show. And I've recently been watching some interesting things about this gentleman who talks about a really large spaceship that's going over Mexico or over the Gulf or somewhere that's been monitored, and nobody knows what it is, and it's like really big. I'm gonna have to get more information on it, but I'm leaning towards the idea that it's a cloaked spaceship of some sort, but a real huge one. And I'm going to check into that. Sarah says, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. 999242, welcome. 42, welcome. So there's quite a bit as when I'm not on here, I'm looking at some of the stories, I'm reading things that I'm seeing are really showing that there's a lot of things going on. And I find a lot of people on these different social mediums where they're just discussing things about these things. A lot of people are having things happen. They might not be on YouTube, they might not be, posting anything, but they're discussing. They're discussing what's going on, which is really interesting. Sarah, Tahar Sarah, and apple cider. I'll look up 99942. I'll have to check that out. Son, good to see you. Son is saying, oh dear. I'm not sure why, but son, welcome. Whoops. And ever since I put this other light here, the lighting is staying really bright, which is really good. Mary, quite contrary. That's a good name. Hello. Good evening. B, hello. Catherine Johnson, good evening. Nicolay, welcome. Jen, welcome to the show. Sunny, welcome. And everyone coming out here. So if you're new to my show, you're watching a real talk show, just to make it clear. This is not like one of those TikToks where everybody's like jumping on each other, yelling and screaming whether the rock is real or whether that house is made of fake wood or something. This is an actual talk show because I am from radio. I came up here in 2023 from friends on Facebook. Said, Commander, you got to do a talk show on TikTok. I said, well, I thought it was a bunch of kids and there's no adults here. But when I got on here, boy, was I wrong. There are really people on here that are trying to have, trying to do workshops online or teach people different things and modalities of light. So I said, you know what? I think I need to do something here. So I filled the void. There was a big void here. Yeah, people were talking about UFOs, but there was nobody doing a talk show. So I decided to bring my radio concept to TikTok in 2023, and I've been doing the Encounter show, which took off relatively quickly. So this is like the talk show on social media. And it's not your nuts and bolts show, folks. This is a show where we get into the spiritual aspects of ufology. We get into people's encounters, visitations, abductions, crop circles, the mer people. We talk about the Bigfoots. We talk about the angelic beings that are part of the Ashtar Command, because they are. So it's really interesting when you open your mind up beyond what you've been told to believe. And Sasras, thank you. When I get on here, I'm not your regular talk show host. I will bust the matrix. I will take people that are basically limited in their consciousness and come at me with something that is totally trying to contradict what we're talking about, and I will try to teach them something. If I can't teach them something, I will bust their matrix. So beware, I will bust the matrix on here when I'm on here. John, welcome. Let's see. Giselle says, I told my neighbor today about your show. Boy dies he has some stories. Okay, I think you're saying the children have some stories or something. Wendy, good evening. Oh, the boys, okay. Hey, Becca. Boy, does he. Okay, I think Shell Bell says, boy, does he. Okay, about your show. Boy, does he have some. Oh, that's what you was trying to say. Boy, does he. I know what you're trying to say, Giselle. Miss Marilyn, good evening. Thank you, Becca. Marilyn, good evening, everybody. And I think we're ready for a great show tonight. And I love some of the recent spaceship, I call spaceships, video footage that's being recorded from India, from airline pilots and other people around the world now. People are documenting more and more because there's more to see, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Marilyn, Miss Marilyn. I was on Coast to Coast. Great question. C. Perry. I was on Coast to Coast when Art Bell was in a camper or whatever it was, broadcasting from the desert. I used to call a show once in a while, like 1 in the morning was kind of late for me back then. I was like, 1 in the morning, this is a great show, but it's 1 in the morning on the East Coast and I'm trying to listen to the show. So I called up and we talked about the Ashtar Command with him for a while. He put me on the air and we talked about Ashtar Command. And so, yeah, I remember Art Bell. Yeah, I actually went on his show. Is my show similar to his show? I don't know how I can make a comparison. Other people compare it to Art Bell, but I deal, because I'm from the Ashtar Command, that kind of deviates a little bit. I do not come from here. I come from Mars, and I'm also with the Ashtar Command. I'm a Christed cosmic being of light, and I'm fully activated. And things happen here that you wouldn't see happen anywhere else. So, am I similar to Art Bell? Maybe in some ways. Monica, good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate that, C. Perry. Excuse me. Lupita, good to see you. You went on with George Norrie? Not yet. I would like to go on George Norrie's show. I think, one night, if he takes phone calls like Art Bell did, I might try to get on his show. I don't know if George Norrie takes phone calls or what he does. Thank you, Ann. Greetings. Thank you, Ann Oda. Good to have you with us. Can you play the videos for us? I'm planning tomorrow night to download the videos on my YouTube channel, the UFO videos. I'm going to download the 3 or 4 of them, actually, and I will play some of them tomorrow night or through this week. They're on my main channel here on my page, where all my videos are. You'll see the new videos on there. Jordan Bell, thank you. Misty, welcome. Yeah, he passed 6 years ago. Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, he was great. I used to love, I remember the days back when I did get on his show. I was contacted by extraterrestrials, Court Massey. I think we got to bring our first guest up here, if I can get them on here. They have 33 followers. Now, with TikTok, if you have, I think it's 50 it's supposed to be, but they might have lowered it on audio. You have to be, anyway, you have to be over 18 years old. No foul language on my show, on the broadcasting. No drinking, no drugs, no smoking, no vaping, whatever. No paranormal discussion, no kids on the show. And again, over 18. Is there anything I've left out in that mishmash of things I just said? I think I've covered it all. And of course, no cursing. So we're going to see about Court Massey. He says he's been contacted by extraterrestrials. And it says I can bring him up. Now, TikTok must have lessened its audio requirements. So let me see if I can bring Court Massey up. We'll see what happens here. Ruby Rubio, thank you for the chili. We appreciate that on Encounters. El Negro says, have to activate the third eye to reach high vibrational consciousness. Very good. Very good. Very good info. So let me see. This person that has had contact with extraterrestrials, are you still there? The one that just made the comment? Oh, the video requirements now, they reduced it to 500. See, when I got on here, it was 800. So it's 500 for video. That's not bad. They haven't lowered their standards too much. Thank you for the follow, 139. We appreciate it. And so there's just so much stuff going on right now in terms of things. Like when I get out at work, I'll look at the sky. Deborah, thank you for the heart me. I'll look at the sky, and I'm sure many of you do. As a matter of fact, you should look at the sky. Thank you, Paul. Good to see you. Blessings. Peggy, good to see you. Good evening. Simple Man 34, thank you for a follow. Aries Fire 7, thanks for joining us. Greetings, Bree. And one of the things I look at, I'm always scanning the sky looking for spaceships. So while other people are like, going ready to go home, the first thing I do on a clear day is I look up at the sky and I look to sense if I see any spaceships. Some days I do, some days I don't, or some days I do sense them. And I'm sure many of you who are tuned in will do that. You look up at the sky and, you want to see if there's any spaceships in the area. And sometimes I can sense that there are cloaked spaceships, even though I can't see them. I said, there's something here all the way up there, but I can't see it, right? I think we all do. I think most people do that, right? B Will says, I just loaded 2, but we'll organize and better share the rest nonstop since early December. So you've been having sightings, B Will, since early December. Let's, for labor for her. Yeah, I hope she definitely gets it. My friend April, Friends with Prairies, she's a beautiful soul. And I think a lot of people are helping who know the mission work and know what she's trying to do. So yeah, I completely get it. We're going to get April on here Saturday night, and I hear our daughter's doing good now. So we're going to set up another Ashtar Command. We have a thing called Ashtar Command Contact Night. For those that are new here, every Saturday night we do Ashtar Command Contact Q&A, and we're going to have, hopefully I'll post it, and we'll have April come on our show. She's been on the spaceships, I'm going to say hypothetically over 60 times. My friend April, if for those who know her, know that she's been going since early last year. She was contacted by the space people of the Ashtar Command physically, and she's been going on mission work for probably over 60 plus times every other night. That's amazing. Now, that's the other thing that's amazing is that there's 4 more people, myself, Chesno, Kit Kat, and a person named Johnny. We're all in the northeastern area. We'll also be going on the ship with her probably sometime between now and next year. There's a whole story behind this that would take too long to get into. Alcove, good to see you. So there's a major deal going on here. We call it the Group of 5. And there are going to be a group of 5 people in different countries with one person as the key person. And then the other 4 people will eventually be part of that mission with that other group of 5, whether it be in India or Asia, wherever it is. There'll be these other groups of 5 before contact happens. Just so you should know. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Sending much love and light to you. Ruby Rubio says, I saw one today. I want to go home. Break every chain. I like that. Good. That's a good thing. You're busting the matrix if you want to break every chain. I like that. And eventually everybody will have a chance to galactically go home to their star family. The main thing is, I think, break every chain to do meditation, to get focused within, and really focus on your inner cosmic self. And I think you'll eventually be able to do that. Susan Mary, good to see you, Susan. Always. I'm going to bring B. Will up here. And B. Will, if you could come on camera, you have 1,315 followers. If you know how to work the camera, B. Will, I'd like to have you as my first guest on the show Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. CmdrAleon, thank you for the roses. We'll see who comes up here. I'm very random about how I select people based on what I hear. And I love to hear your stories about your contacts. So B. Will, let's see if B. Will is still around with us. Susan Murray, good to see you. Lavola, good to see you. Enlightened Jess, good to have you, always. Enlightened Jess, always good to see you. Melissa Harold, let's see, we got here. How can I get an invitation? Jeff, let's see. Jeff says, how can I get an 77 Starlight 7, welcome. Eugenie, welcome. Good evening. Jeff, well, you're here on Encounters, so there you go. And Simple Man says, space travel advancing so quickly has to be from finding technology from another world. Do you agree? I would say a lot of the reverse engineer technology is being given has been done in the last 70 years by lower vibrational ETs. To a certain extent, they have given our government stuff in return for abducting humans, and that was for the last 70 years. But there's a lot of things from the positive space people that will be coming to Earth, where that will be given to Earth people at some point when contact happens. Things will be revealed, a revelation of so forth, different things, technologies, things that can help people heal and also slow down or reverse the aging process. So once contact happens, the aging process will actually be reversed. I know it's hard to believe that your aging process can be reversed, but we were never supposed to be getting looking like wrinkled people with hair falling out. And of course, I am drinking apple cider. I'm just reading comments here. Stargirl, good to see you. Let me see here. Casey, good evening. The medveds too, yep. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to get you back on again here. I'm sending you another invitation. Just follow the guest invite. I just sent you a guest invite, Will. Press the multi-guest option. I knew we would make this work here. Sometimes TikTok is weird, but hey, B-Will, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm really honored to have you on here. So I'm the host of Encounters, which is like the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. I'm glad to have you here on the show. Tell us about your story, when it started. I think our audience would really love to hear a little bit about what you're about.
Well, let me go outside.
Can you turn your camera on at all, or
yeah, I can turn my. Let me try to figure that. I'm sorry. I'm new to iPhone. I had a Samsung, but it got my Samsung got compromised, and so I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay. Well, you didn't do too bad on the iPhone part, but there you go.
Anyway, I'm trying to turn that on. Sorry, I apologize.
No problem. There's a little icon of a symbol for the actual video, and it's somewhere on your thing. You'll see it, and what you want to do is just do it. It might be in the area where if you press your let's see here. If you press your enhance button, you'll have the ability, what you do to enhance onto I think it's the effects. You go to the effects.
Okay, there we go. All right. Is it coming on now?
Not yet. No, not yet. There's you have to go off of the thing that's your blank image.
There we go.
Okay. You got it.
There we go. There we go.
All right. Welcome.
December, I took a picture. So I've been following stuff for a while, and someone asked me a question about chemtrails, which I studied a long time ago, and I just kind of said, hey, I don't know what they are. It's just something. So turning in my neighborhood, I see the prism in the sky, and then I just got my truck washed. So I pulled over and took a picture of the prism in the sky near the sun. And I'm just like, okay. And then I go back and look at the photo, and it was essentially looked like an Anunnaki with his arm out, and some other stuff going on, and it was in the photo. And so from then I started taking photos of clouds and the moon and planets, and just seeing stuff, and then just growing over time. It almost seems it escalated on December of this past December, and from that photo, it just. And I've done things personally to open myself up and meditating and just getting in contact. But as soon as I did, it just started coming more and more and more.
Wow.
And then August, just the 15th, I was dealing with something within I own a company, and some strange events happened to me personally. But then I ended up going to the office, and I saw that Mars and Jupiter were close together, and I saw movement. But then the next day, I got there early. I bring my telescope, and I see in the southeast corner there's that ball of light. I posted to my just now actually requested by some of your viewers a ball of light that was multiple colors and staying there, and
Yeah.
just watched it and just stayed. And then that morning when the sun came up, there was a weird cloud formation that I could post as well. Just very
Okay.
Independence Day-ish looking.
Yeah.
When they come in on Independence Day, the
Oh, yeah, I remember
movie.
the movie. Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was very strange. Not very strange, but it's been nonstop since December for me. Just
Now, let me
every
ask you.
evening.
This is what I find interesting. Will is that you've actually done the spiritual cosmic work physically and spiritually for yourself and mentally, correct? You've been
Yes,
really
yes,
you say you're a good example of a person that first of all projected yourself to be able to learn to do these things
yes, I
because
did.
you're a star seed. You didn't come from here. We're all human
No,
beings.
no.
You're having I can see the spot. You're having an earth-based experience. I work for a company, and I'm just doing whatever I do, and I look at that as being okay. This like Clark Kent and Superman. Like if I use the analogy,
Hmm.
like we're Clark Kent during the day, and then we're Superman, which is
Yeah,
our star seed in our true form. We don't care about we're running a company. We are not from here. That's just what
yeah.
we do. But we're from, you
I
know
say
what I
Batman
mean?
and Bruce Wayne.
Right, Bruce
I have to
Wayne.
be
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne during the day, but
right.
Batman.
That's right.
But it gets exhausting going back and forth. And
Yeah.
even me owning a company is odd because that's happened relatively. I was a Houston firefighter paramedic for 14 years, and now own a pretty large company out of the last 8 years,
Yeah.
which gave me a profile to, I don't know, to give.
Mm-hmm.
I guess people listen to me. I hate to say that, but no one really listened to me when I was a crazy paramedic in a way, but now they do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put it that way, and that sounds horrible, but
I know what you're trying
uh,
to say. It's just that you've been gifted the ability to do something where you can now do more things in your cosmic level that you
yeah,
couldn't do before.
that's
So it's an
just where
opening.
it's very strange. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
which I see it's basically um, part of the plan in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Now, when you start having all these things happen in December, now we're in like almost September.
Hmm.
It's catapulted. I really got to believe, and I sense that you've had a lot of things happen. Have you had any
Yes.
visitations at all?
No, I haven't personally. I do get. I believe heavily in TikTok. I tell people all the time that there's a reason they put it in the government to get us away from it, so we go to it. But I seem to get the words I use in my. I'll be talking to my company. I'll be talking to individuals and say certain phrases, and I'll get those phrases repeated back to me in a video, which correlates with the thought processes that I had, and that's where I
Right.
seem to get confirmations on thought processes,
Mm-hmm.
which allow me to continue to go forward because I'm getting confirmations. And that's why I keep asking, like, well, okay, why am I getting confirmations on things I've said,
Mm-hmm.
like compass or sovereignty, or is this words that are off, even crosshair
Yeah.
or crossfire? Like I would get a confirmation through words, through videos sent
Mm-hmm.
from Astra Command or from wherever, and it just seemed
Yeah.
to correlate with what I was just talking about. I'm going, and my wife even asked me, she says, you get answers faster than most people do. I said, well, actually,
Yeah.
we all get the answers the same way. You have to open yourself up to them. And that's
Like when
kind of
you
where
get
I'm
the
at.
answers, that's exactly right. So people do get answers, but if they're not awakened yet, the answer is still in the consciousness until they wake up. Say, oh,
Yeah,
I just had an
it's
epiphany. I just
cognitive.
had the answer.
Yeah, yeah, no, and it's been it's been an interesting since December. Been so I went to see my parents, and I was laying in bed when I was watching this. Oh wow! Like, and I normally keep to myself and don't share what I've seen.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Just because
Well,
I'm
well,
not
now
there yet.
you've come out of the closet, and let me
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, 30 years
With no
ago,
shirt on, by the
yeah,
way. So,
and as long as you're not showing the shirt, we won't get in trouble. But
yeah.
the thing is, my first contact was when I was a kid in the '60s. I've told this story many times over since last year. I actually went upstairs. My parents were downstairs. In my early childhood, I lived in Long Island, and then we moved to New England in Connecticut, and I've been here half of my life, so I'm
Hmm.
more into New England life. But I went upstairs for no reason. I had to go upstairs. I don't know why I did this, and I'm leaving them downstairs. I'm going upstairs like I have a purpose. I go past my brother's room. My room's smaller. He's got the bigger room with the view. So we have a second floor, and then we have a below the kitchen. There's a den, like a solid den downstairs. So I go upstairs, and I open the blinds of the window, and there's a spaceship. It's nighttime, and it's hovering really low with windows. Like the windows are they're transparent, and there are men and women in light blue spacesuits. They're taller than me. They're probably 7 or 8 feet tall, and
Yeah.
they were sending me telepathic messages. That was for me my first contact. That was the only time I had a visual contact of space people ever. Now, it's not to say that maybe I wasn't taken off the planet since I was a kid and I had journeys on a ship or something. I just don't remember any of that for some reason.
So
But
I've
I'm fully
had
awake.
contacts with people that appear to me through other means. I've had a driver. I had a driver to the airport who knew a case with the Houston Fire Department. I knew he knew the case. He knew it was 14 years ago. He knew the exact address. He knew everything
Hmm.
about the case that no one should know, but he did know. And then he was telling me, hey, he was kind of giving me encouragement and kind of like, hey, you're going to get through this. Just keep going. And it was a weird. And I got out of the car. My son even said, Dad, that was a very odd conversation. I said, no, it wasn't it. And because he knew stuff about the case that he shouldn't have known, because normal people wouldn't know. I was the
Right,
paramedic on scene, and
right.
that's how I think they appear to me. Is they come to me within close contact, but not letting me know who they are, but in a
Well,
way telling me to keep going and not to quit what
yeah,
I'm
no,
doing.
definitely. I definitely believe there's a purpose and everything. We all wake up at different levels in our time period. And I do believe that you will have physical contact. I see no reason why not. You're
Hmm.
already tuned into the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki work with the Ashtar Command. People used
Yes,
to
yeah,
separate the Anunnaki and think the Anunnaki were some bigger, wider than possible power. The Anunnaki are beautiful, really tall people that are human and they're very spiritual, loving people. They
hmm,
work within the Ashtar Command. For people that have heard the word Anunnaki, they are not what people think they are in ancient history. They're basically space people that are very spiritual. They have abilities just like the other spiritual beings of the Ashtar Command, the men and women from all the planets. The angelic beings work with the Ashtar Command. They're part of it. There's so many integrated areas that people need to know. And when you mention the Anunnaki and seeing their ships, I think that's a beautiful thing. I would
yeah.
say, you probably have a connection with them.
Yeah, so the photo I took was like I said, I saw the prism, and I just pulled over, took a photo, and then I didn't. I was at the office. I think it was showing like, and then it just was clear as day. You look at the photo; it's on my page, and it's clearly an Anunnaki with his arm out, holding like his arm out. It's wild. I'm going, and I said, this is not Photoshop. This is an actual photo taken down
Right,
Coles Crossing Drive in my neighborhood. Um,
right.
and then from that end, I've gotten Jupiter, I've gotten Sirius, I've gotten some strange thing. And I even questioned was the Samsung photo. This is a Samsung creating this through AI, or is it
Right.
real? And that's where you start to go. Then some cloud formations. I constantly take pictures. So I can see it now easily. So it's every day now. I drive in, or I can just see it all the time. I do look forward to actual contact. It seems
How
strange, odd,
how
but
would you like to make contact with the star people?
absolutely would love to, because
Now,
I can tell. I just know that I'm not.
okay.
I'm here differently. If that makes any
So
sense.
this is going to be
Awesome.
something. I don't know how much you know about my show. How many times have you watched my show? Is it the first
This is
night?
the first time I've ever seen it.
Great. I love when I have first time people on here. So there's some things with me that I've been gifted by my father on the spaceship. Um, my father, his name is Rubar. He's on an Ashtar Command ship. My mother's Luna. My brother and I have 2 sisters. And I only recently found about them last year when I came on TikTok. One of the people I interviewed, Friends with Fairies, organically I found out she had connection with the fairies in northern Vermont, and she
Mhm.
has everything she has is documented, just like you're documenting everything you do, which I think is great.
Yeah, I've got
So
tons of photos,
I've
tons of things.
I've never done this
Never shared.
before. This is gonna be the first time I've done stuff where I had somebody on, and I actually had he had an implant moving around in the upper part of his, near his ears since he was a kid at 6 years old. I have it documented. I haven't posted it on my YouTube yet. It was from the other night. I ended up going with my hand, which I got activated recently in the last few weeks, and I destroyed the implant. I took the implant out, it didn't even hurt. I took the implant out, destroyed it. That was in his body. I completely destroyed it. And so that's a whole different thing. But this is going to be even really different for me. If you'll agree to this, I'd like to help activate your consciousness so that you can make your first contact. Now, I've never done this before. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that it's going to be beautiful. Whatever happens, it's my gift to you to help you on another level, beyond seeing all these ships, have activation to make contact with your space people.
Yeah, I'm there. Let me just say that I'm there.
Okay. So if you give me permission, we're going to do a really beautiful thing here. I've never done this for anybody. And again, this is all new to me, but I evidently have the ability to help activate consciousness on another level. So we're going to do that. Okay. So if you'll close your eyes, just take a deep breath in and breathe out of your nostrils a couple of times. And we're going to experiment with the ability to use my energy from the Ashtar command that's been given to me to activate an area of you that will allow you to make communications directly with your star family. Now I'm going to close my eyes for a few minutes, folks. I'm not sleeping or anything. I'm not going, whatever. I'm going to actually do some beautiful stuff here. As you close your eyes, I'm going to put my hand above your head. And it's going to be, even though I'm not there with you, just seeing your face and everything, I'm able to do this. And as you breathe in and breathe out and relax, I use both hands here. My goal is to help you with all the beautiful sightings you're having to now make contact with your star family and have them contact you. The Anunnaki that are connected with you, I know they can hear me. The space star people that are connected with you, I know they can hear me. The ones that are connected with you, that Will would like to have direct contact with you. He's ready for it. He's ready to be contacted. He's a beautiful soul of light. And he's documenting all the beautiful things you're showing him. I would ask the Anunnaki that he's been seeing and recording your vessels, that if there is the connection, which I believe there is for him, that you make contact with him. You should be feeling a little bit of energy above your head. Tell me when you feel anything. Do you feel it? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. What I'm doing is activating his consciousness. He's very open. His consciousness is good. It just needs to be activated on a higher level. We're going to amplify the frequency of your body.
My body's tingled already, but it's tingling again. It's been tingling for over the last couple of years.
Well, it's going to be what I'm doing now is amping up the vibrational patterns. I call out to the Anunnaki star people that to bless Will with your contact with him at some point. Let it be a visual contact. Let it be a graceful contact. He is ready to communicate with you directly. He is ready to communicate with you directly. He is ready. I'll have a lot of heat energy when I'm doing this. It's coming out of the palm of my hands. I'm working on your consciousness of your brain area right now. I'm focusing on your brain at the moment. I'm making some adjustments, rewiring certain things that need to be rewired. It will amp up your brain and amp up your consciousness. How do you feel?
I feel good.
As you keep your eyes closed, I want you to do this. This is part of, I've been told to do this now. I want you to envision the Anunnaki. I want you to telepathically right now, as we're doing this, say hello to the Christ, ask for the Christed beings of light of the Anunnaki to communicate with you. And we're going to be quiet. I want to take your time, relax. You're going to use your telepathic abilities to communicate with them right now. And you're going to listen for a response from the Anunnaki. A man or a woman will communicate with you. Not sure which it'll be. You're going to clear your consciousness and just listen, but you're going to ask them internally to say hello to you, the Anunnaki, Christed beings of light. Once you establish the verbal communications within, then we'll have known that I've actually opened up the link of communications in your consciousness with them. I've opened up like an intergalactic antenna, invisible. So now you're completely hooked up to be able to communicate with them. And you might not hear something right away, but if you're asking, no, nothing yet. Okay.
Nothing yet. I mean, but I've had a strange life. I had a stroke. I had multiple things happen in my life. Even without blood, like it's odd deal. So I can feel it. I just know it takes time.
It takes time. I know. Then again, it's an experiment. I don't expect everything to happen. This is new for me.
No.
And it's a new thing for me. So it's you're the first person I've actually done this with on this specific positive thing. I think in time when
I'll be
you
in
come
touch
back,
for sure. I'll be in touch for sure.
You'll have an experience at some point. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But your consciousness now is ready. We've opened up the blockage that was there, so you'll have abilities to communicate.
And that's the way I'm told sometimes that I'm ready, but most people aren't ready. So it's done in private in a way sometimes.
No, I'm glad you came up here,
Weird
Will.
as it sounds, So thank you very much. I'll be in touch, and thank you. You don't know what I've been through the past few days. I absolutely needed this video, and I absolutely needed this. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So. Well, you're a blessing, and thank you for now. Now you're out of the closet. Everybody knows who you are. There's a lot of people on here. You're gonna get to know a lot of people here that view over the world. You're not alone anymore. We have a big audience.
Yeah, I've tried to keep under the radar. Thank you very much. All right.
Well, you can always hang out here. It's good. All right, we'll let you down, Bill. All right, here we go. Let's do this. And that was beautiful. Our first guest on the show, and he'll have contact. He will. But we've opened up the work, and that's the most important thing we can help people with. That's part of what we do here, That's what we do here. And again, you're watching Encounters. This is the late night spiritual UFO talk show. This is why this show has gone viral. We don't do what other UFO talk shows do on History Channel or on YouTube, where they wear suits and ties and they try to be professional. What is that all about? Loretta Tahar. Thank you. What is that all about? Jeff says, do I get an invitation? I'm trying to figure out, Jeff, are you looking to get an invitation to speak about your experiences, or what's the invitation? Speedy Tyler says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Tahar, Loretta, thank you. So if you're wondering why I say Tahar, it's an actual thing from it's from another world. It's an actual plant. Speedy Tyler says, "Oh, Jesus is." Let me, Speedy. I got to tell you something about Jesus. He was on a spaceship the last few weeks. He's with the Council of the Ashtar Command. So I completely get it, brother. Jesus is. You think Jesus is coming back? The whole galactic spiritual beings of light from other. I'm Elvis. That's really weird. Man. That was good. You have me laughing there. Who did that? Let me see who did that. Jane. Thank you for who sent me that gift? Sandra, thank you. That was good. That was really good. Have you heard of April? Yes. You mean April? EJ? Yeah, April's my friend. You mean April Friends with Fairies? Yes, I'm going off planet with April and three other people here. We are going to be part of a group of 5 that are going off planet. So yes, Jane, I'm very familiar with April up in Vermont. Jeff, you have to do the work, man. You got to do the meditation, the inner reflection. When you do that, and then you also got to be wanting to contact your star family, which you do have one, Jeff. You really have to start doing the meditation and really get into the music in terms of the meditation music. There's a few things you need to do. He's saying, how do I get him? Oh, he wants to get an invitation to take a journey on a UFO. I do see him, Len. Let's see here. I know a lot of people that want to take a journey off planet and go on a spaceship, but you have to do the spiritual work first. You have to do the meditation. You got to spend 20, 30 minutes a day learning how to open yourself up to the cosmic levels of light. And eventually that will happen. So do I have contact with Jesus? I don't have physical contact with him, but he has been on a spaceship. Salinas, he is a space person. Jesus is actually a really cool dude. He's very funny. He has a sense of humor. He also can be serious, and he also oversees the Ashtar Command. Let's see. Tushy Mooncakes. Who's he? Who's role playing, Tushy? Tushy, who's doing the role playing? I got abducted last night. I think I might have to bring you up. The person that got abducted, let me see here. Yeah, Jesus is on a spaceship. I love that. When I say Jesus on a spaceship, I want to see how many people actually understand that he has been on a spaceship. Okay, let's see here. We're going to bring up that person that's been abducted, folks. Let me just explain something. You have to be over 18, no kids on the camera, no smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drunks, no drinking, no foul language, no paranormal discussion. I think I covered it all. Let's go to this person here. And we're going to bring them up. And we'll see if they come up. The person, Miriam 1224. I got abducted last night. And we'll see if, depending where this goes, we'll see. Yu says, how can I recognize one if the spaceships? How can you recognize one of the Ashtar ships, Yu? Let me see. Hey, Darren Steele, good to see you. I'm just reading people's comments. I love your shirt. Thank you, Loretta. Can you help open up? Oh yeah, I can help. If you want to come up, I can definitely talk to you about how to do that. Let's see here. Okay. How do we listen to the music you mentioned? Tahar and Jay. So if you go on YouTube, which is really good, YouTube has a lot of the visuals, and it has the what we call ambient meditation music. Look under ambient meditation music on YouTube. Also, you can do Cosmic Christ did ambient music. So if you type in on YouTube Christ did conscious ambient music, there'll be all kinds of music of that a vibrational pattern. It's very easy to find, and I'm happy to share that with you. And if you do that, you'll get your body going in and your conscious going into a different vibrational pattern than what it's in now. So that's basically where I get a lot of my music from when I'm doing the meditation. How do I get to do a one-on-one work with you? I don't do one-on-ones, but I on my show here, I try to teach people what I know. So I'll definitely. All right. Do you recommend the C5 app? Yes. So I'd recommend to everybody out there, all 300 of you, if you're not aware of Dr. Stephen Greer, he has an app which is really good. That's a quick way to learn. It's called the C5 app. It's you can get it for your Android phone and for iPhone applications. It's like $10 a one-time thing. You download the C5 app, and it has protocol of contact. If people do that, you'll be able to learn how to do this on your own, and also very much so use meditation music. And when you meditate for 20 or 30 minutes, that will also help vibrate your frequencies. Baby Brooklyn, New York, welcome. Salutations to you. So the C5 app is really, really good. I recommend it. I have it on my phone. And we have a C5 group that's gathering. Speaking of which, on September 14th in Connecticut, we have the Ashtar Command, thank you, baby Brooklyn, an Ashtar Command C5 group that we're getting together on the water on the 14th in Connecticut in Madison. And we'll be doing a live broadcast here on TikTok on my Encounter show. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the gifts of the chili. I should put the chili in my apple cider. It probably would taste kind of different. Let's see here. So welcome everybody who's here. Of course, I'm always here to help people that are new or trying to figure this all out. I'm one of those show hosts that have had experiences. I have the sightings. I've been activated. I work with the Ashtar Command. I'm from Mars. I'm a contactee, starseed, so to speak. So I know a lot of things. Paul Williams says, had a couple of interesting callers on today's show. I listened in for a while. Oh, thank you. My sister Blanca says she saw a UFO in front of our house. Interesting, Salinas Cruz. I had to buy me some apple cider, seeing you drink it a lot. Yeah, if I get people addicted to apple cider, I don't feel too bad. And I must say, I truly am addicted to apple cider during the apple cider season. No problem, Paul. Good to have you with us, man. And Delight, welcome, Chris W. Everyone out there, all the new people. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. We start at 11 and we go to 1 a.m. This is a 2-hour show. So in that 2 hours, anything is possible here. Are you friends with big feeds and other beings? Big feeds and other beings? Who's big feeds, E. Jane? Big feeds and other beings. I'm just looking at all the comments here. Also, with 328 people, no, I don't dilute the apple cider. I drink it pure. I mean, I get it right from we have like 3 or 4 apple orchards in my area, and they're all good. So I usually get a gallon of apple cider, and that lasts me for a while. But it's good for me when I'm doing my show. Some people drink coffee. I drink apple cider. I have coffee in the morning, but the commander drinks apple cider at night. So it's good to have you all with us. And we're getting close to a lot of things being revealed now. In some cases, have you seen the 23-minute video? Trish, can you tell me what the 23-minute video is that I haven't seen that? I don't know what it is. And if you've had any direct contact, I know with 321 wonderful people who are watching the show right now around the world, How many people, I love to do this with this many people on always, how many people are having visitations? I mean, physically being visited by space people. Don't be afraid to say anything. I'm a contactee, so I'm not going to put you down for it. If you have, I might want to just bring you up and have you talk about what's going on with your contactee experience, with your visitation experience, with the space people. I'd love to know. I think our audience would like to hear your stories. So if you're out there, and I believe the percentages of 312 people, I got to believe out of 312 human beings around the world, somebody or somebodies are having encounters and visitations. Now, who is it? Baby Brooklyn. Baby Brooklyn, you'll probably be coming up here. Who else? Anybody? Thank you for being bold enough. Javi. Okay, Javi said they've had encounters. I love doing this as a host. I was 16 years old. Blanca Estella. It's a high definition of UFO encounters. It's the smoking gun of... Who else? We have 3 people so far that I see here that are coming forward about visitation. Anybody else? Don't be shy. We're not going to bite. Doris and Maggie, welcome to our show. Robert, I've seen ships but not actual encounters. Rachel, very good. Well, hey, look, you're seeing the ships. That's the beginning. That's really important. Virginia says, still waiting. I would do your story until I get my visit. You'll get it. I haven't personally commanded, but I have some sightings over time. Paul Williams, the sightings are really important. So some people wish they had sightings. That's always the first step. You know, you're ahead of the ball game. And I think we're going to go to the Brooklyn, New York, or Javi. I think I'm going to go to Javi and then Brooklyn, New York. Javi says they've had encounters. Javi, let's see here. Let's take a look here, Javi. And also, I want to know how old people are. So, Javi, how old are you? Javi says, me. How do the ships appear? They can actually appear, come in and out of dimension. You're 41. Okay, Javi, we're going to get you up here. Javi, you have to change your setting. Your setting is set to private. So you need to set it to public, and then the commander can put you up on encounters. So if you come back in or go back out, set your setting to public so that we can follow you. And Baby Brooklyn, New York. So looking at Baby Brooklyn, New York, she's got it, her setting to public. And Baby Brooklyn, New York, you're going to be our second guest. And this is the #1 UFO spiritual talk show. I'm CmdrAleon. Welcome. Hey, have fine, Ray and Mary. Good to see you. Baby Brooklyn, New York, welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Hi.
Yeah, good to have you with us on our show here. So tell us, our audience that's all over the place, about how things started for you and how you started having contact.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I had contact when I was a little kid. I may have, but I just don't remember. But I know in my adulthood, I've had like a few incidents where it was like very weird and eerie. And yeah, so yeah, I had one incident where they paralyzed me and I couldn't move, and it scanned my body from head to toe. And then I had to speak to it telepathically, and then it came out of some different dimension, and the thing stared at me, and I stared at it. And I don't know, I was just curious of what the thing was. It looked like it was clear though, like I could see right through it almost. But
really?
Like,
you could see through it?
Yeah.
That is interesting. Now, what did it look like? How tall was it? Do you remember?
It looked like it was like the size of a regular human, only it didn't have like flesh of a human.
Really? It was translucent?
Yeah.
You can see through the body. That's very unusual.
Yeah.
So the facial feature of this translucent being, did it look human, like with its eyes? What did it look like on the head part?
Yeah, it looked, from what I could see, it did look human-like. But just translucent, like maybe it had some type of suit on, or maybe that's just how the being is. I don't know, but it was
so did you feel, was it your sense that when it happened, did they just come, like, appear in your room? How did that happen?
Yes, actually I was at my brother's house. As a matter of fact, I was at my brother's house, and one of my nephews, he wasn't there. I think he was at his grandmother's house or whatever. So I went and sat down in that room, and I was watching a show, and that's when it happened. That's when the whole incident occurred. So I thought I was dreaming, but it felt like real. It felt like so real. So I don't know. After the incident occurred, like after, because I was paralyzed, I couldn't move. But as soon as the being released me, so I wouldn't be paralyzed anymore, I just like jumped up and ran downstairs.
So the being was well, obviously, if it was a positive being, it wouldn't be paralyzing you and keeping you still. So the being controlled your physical body, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And as it was controlling you, and you couldn't move because the being was right there, this translucent being. What was it doing? Was it doing anything, or was it communicating, or what was going on?
No, it was in its own dimension, but there was like a long ray or beam of light, and I was laying on the bed, so the beam of light just went up and down like you would scan something. Like it scanned me from head to toe with a
Really?
red beam. Yeah,
Was that coming from outside into your home, or was it inside the room?
it was inside the room.
It was inside the room, folks.
Yeah.
So this beam, as you said, it's a red beam that was scanning your body.
Mhm.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying, so it was scanning your body, and it was there the whole time the body was being scanned, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Interesting. And how long did that last when you were being controlled by that extraterrestrial being that was translucent? How long was that for when that happened?
The whole incident only lasted a few minutes.
A few minutes.
Yeah, because it was just in time for the thing to scan my head, scan me from head to toe, and then when it went down and then it came back up. But I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could do is use my brain, and I was able to like speak to it telepathically, and it understood what I was saying, even though
Really?
I didn't open my mouth to speak. I was speaking
Right.
like through my brain. Yes, and so
Did it respond to your telepathic ability to communicate? Did it say
yes.
anything in response? What did it say?
It didn't say anything. It just like stepped out of its dimension so that I can see it. And we looked at each other. I don't know. It just looked weird. It was staring at me almost like because I commanded it to come out, it had to follow the command. Sort of like, yeah, it was.
That's really amazing. That's an amazing story. I've never heard anything like that before. And what year was this? When did this happen?
Oh my goodness, let me think. Oh, I think wow, this is a long time ago. I think it happened like in 2006.
Okay, it doesn't have to be exact. Since that period, let's say 2006, have you had any other encounters?
I've had other weird experiences.
With the ETs?
I don't know. It was more like dreams, like in dreams. Because I usually don't dream, but when I do dream, it's like a real weird, eerie dream. So,
did you ever see the spaceship in 2006? Did you see any like ship or anything that
no.
this being just came in to your room through another dimensional portal or something?
Yeah.
And did you ever try to figure out how it happened, or why this being came to you that was translucent in your room and made contact with you? I find that fascinating. I don't think it was right that it had you frozen and was scanning you. I think that's against universal law. So do you feel that you were abducted at all, or you never got abducted through the experience? Can you tell us what you think about that? What was going through your mind?
I don't think I was abducted. I didn't feel myself leave the room at that time, but I did have another dream that was weird. But I had a lot of weird dreams though. So I don't know.
Well, baby Brooklyn, I want to thank you for being here. If you ever have a situation where that happens to you, go ahead.
I had a situation that happened just recently. It was about 3 years ago though. and it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and something was just hovering over our house, and it was I don't know, it's like lightning was coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning, like streaks of
Yeah.
lightning, and it smelled like something was burning, like
Wow.
static electricity almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird, but I witnessed it, my mom witnessed it, and a couple of my sons that were there witnessed it.
Wow.
But we were all too afraid to go outside though to see what it was. But my brother, at the time, my brother lived behind us in the houses
Yeah.
in the row behind us, and my brother was able to, he was up outside smoking a cigarette when it happened. He took his phone out and took pictures of it.
I
So it
did.
was like,
So you actually have photos?
well, my brother had the photos. I don't know if he still has them, but it was
Yeah,
like an
hopefully.
orb.
An orb. It was an orb type craft and this electrical stuff was happening. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And it was right above, I mean, directly above our house. It was so close that we smelt like the electrical, it was like
Wow.
something burning. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like we all smelled something different, because my mother said it smelled like gas. Said it smelled like static electricity, like burning
Static
something.
electricity? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you've had some amazing experiences, I must say. Um, yeah, I mean, the translucent being gets me. I'll remember that forever. I've heard of translucent beings. I've had some people talk about them in different experiences, but that is interesting. You know, we'll probably never know why that happened to you back in 2006. Why? Do you think that orb that was sighted with the electrical charges coming out of it was connected to that space being that was coming in to your room?
I'm not sure, but it felt like whatever that thing was above our house, it felt like
Hmm.
it was using electricity to like gather our DNA or something like that. It was just weird. I don't
Yeah.
know.
How
It's
long?
like
How long was the sighting of the orb when you all saw it? Your whole family saw this.
oh,
How long did that exist when you were looking at it?
it lasted for hours. That lasted for
It
a
lasted
few
for
hours.
hours.
Yes, it
Really?
lasted for a few hours. Yep, it sure did.
And how long were you watching it for?
Well, see, this is the thing. We were too afraid to go outside because the thing was
Hmm.
so close to our house that like you could actually see the electrical lightning. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, we were too afraid to go
Wow.
outside. It was right directly above the house. Like we would have had to go outside and step outside and we could have
Hmm.
seen what it was, but we were too
Yeah.
afraid to step outside.
Yeah. No,
But
I
my brother,
understand.
yeah, my brother was outside though, behind us,
Hmm.
and the house is behind us.
Wow. Well, I appreciate your stories. I'm going to think about everything you've shared because I think it's fascinating. I think my audience knows that what your story is, a very interesting story. Um, and if anything else comes to mind, let me know. You're always welcome here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because there's some other things that happened too, but I'll get off and let somebody else talk. I'll
Yeah,
come
I'm
back.
sure there. Yeah, you'll come back because I know one of the things I would say is that hopefully you never get that situation where you're like completely paralyzed by this being that was translucent. If they were really coming to, but you never got abducted, so that's interesting. But they came and scanned your body, this being, and then it left your room, went back to where it came from. So I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
You know.
I've been trying to figure it out myself too,
No, I
but
don't blame you. You're the one who
it's
had the
just
experience. So, yeah, if you do figure it out, let us know and we'll bring you back up here.
okay. We'll do.
Okay,
Thank
Baby
you.
Brooklyn. All right, everyone. Baby
Alrighty, good
Brooklyn,
night.
thank you for being a guest on our show.
You're
Let's do
welcome.
this here.
My
And
pleasure.
I'm not ignoring any comments. When I'm doing an interview, I'm really focused on that person. So don't take anything personally out there. So I'm just like really focused. All right. So if you do I have two people in queue here, and 60 feet, and Jessica, 60 feet, I know has a story to tell. We'll bring that one and then Jessica on the number one spiritual UFO talk show Encounters. I'm the host of WSU's NPR radio show for 21 years. 60 feet, 60 feet, welcome.
How are you?
Good, good. And what's your first name?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, nice to have you on the show here. So tell us about your background and in terms of the subject matter, what you'd like to share with all our audience around the world.
Yeah, I was born on a military base in Aurora, Colorado. It is no longer, it was said that it wasn't there anymore, but then it became the base for SpaceX.
Okay.
And um, long story short, so as a kid, well, when I was born, I was immediately taken away from my mom and my dad, and I was put in another room, apparently, and then they weren't able to see me for a week. And
Hmm.
then there was no birthing complications or anything, and then they brought me back. And then, so apparently, when I was really young, I had all these like weird capabilities. And then, when I was playing with some friends in a room one day, when I was like 2 or 3 years old, a kid pushed me through a picture window, and I had a shard
Hmm.
of glass that went through my frontal lobe. My mom and my
Oh my
dad said
gosh.
that my cognitive abilities were completely stunned, and but my physical abilities still stayed.
Mm-hmm.
And they were. It was really weird because I was walking when I was 6 months old. I was tying my shoes when I was 8 months. I was dribbling a basketball when I was 8 months. Like I was doing like very strange things until this
Right.
happened. So, and I remember I was having these dreams where I had a ton of flying dreams, where in these dreams I was constantly flying all over the place.
You can
And I
actually
remember,
physically fly, right?
like, actually, like, physically fly.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
gotcha.
and then I remember in one of the dreams, somebody said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that." And then I immediately woke up. But when I woke up, I didn't really wake up. I was I was in the basement of my house, but I had thought
Hmm.
I woke up, and I thought I had like ran out of the room,
Yeah.
but I didn't run out of the room. I was still sleeping, and I was in my bed, but
Mm-hmm.
something else ran outside and then came back into my body.
Wow.
So, yeah, yeah. So I was like, and as a young kid, I was like, well, what was that? And then I had always been, and there was no reason for me to be in these states where I had this like hyper scared state of me going
Mm-hmm.
to sleep. I did not want to go to sleep. Like I always felt like there was somebody in the room. If I walked up
Mm-hmm.
the stairs, I felt like there was somebody behind me. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was very, very strange.
Wow.
And so,
So,
and so but I've always, and then so after that dream that I had another series of dreams where there was always a figure that was like up these stairs, and it was very, very dark, and it would chase me down these stairs, and I would
yeah.
curl up into a ball, and I would have this dream over and over and over again. And
Wow.
and I don't know why, but I always had this fascination and this sort of obsession with outer space. I do not
Yeah.
know why that's the case, and I've always been obsessed with just this sort of this like UFO, alien, interdimensional being topic. But
Mm-hmm.
my background is not like I'm if you really like knew me and if I talked about these things with other people, they would be like, no way, like that's not
Mm-hmm. They say that's not who
like
you are.
right. And so but like as a kid though, like when that happened, when I got pushed to the picture window and like all these like really like strange things that like so I was a college athlete, I was a college baseball player, and then when I got hurt I joined the Navy, and then when I was in the Navy I went in undesignated, and when I went in undesignated these people took me out of boot camp and they brought me to another facility to say, hey, this is what you're going to do. And I was
Now,
like,
when you say
what?
now when they took you out of the boot camp, are we talking about something where they took you into a top secret level of information because they knew of your abilities?
Yes. Yeah, right off the bat, they were like, one of the guys said, I don't even know how you got here. You're not supposed to be here. And I said, oh, the whole reason why I joined the military is because I got hurt playing college baseball and I needed money for school. And they were like,
Hmm.
well, how did you get through MEPS? And I was like, what do you mean? And then that guy didn't say anything. And then he was like, hey, you're going to be part of the EOD. And I was just like, why am I going to be part of the EOD?
And what is the EOD for people
It's
watching this? They have no
it's
idea what that is.
it's the emergency on scene diver. So what I did in the military was I used to arm and de-arm explosives underwater.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then the whole reason why I got out of the military is because I was de-arming a mine underwater. Something went wrong. It blew up, and everybody in the unit died but me. I was floating on top of the water, and
Hmm.
when the rib boat came to clean everything up, my whole right side of my face was smashed in.
Oh my God.
One of the guys grabbed me by the chest. He threw me into the rib boat, and then when he threw me into the rib boat, the water popped out of my lungs, and then that's when I started breathing.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So what I'm trying to do is I really do think that there are some other there's some other force, or there's some other thing that's been involved with me for some reason, and I don't know why that is. I've
You're
always,
you seem like it seems like you're protected.
and I don't know why and that's also weird too, because I was in this car accident one time where the paramedics that showed up, they were like, "Hey, this exact same accident happened a few days ago, and the person that was in your seat, and the guy literally said, he was like, the cars and everything were positioned the exact same way. That person lost their head, and you didn't, and we don't understand how that even happened.
That's amazing. Your
It
story
is
is
ama-
absolutely amazing. If people
it
are
isn't.
not staying here watching this, I won't even understand to get it. But yeah, I think you're definitely protected. As someone, I think you hit it right on the head. Juliet says is angelically protected. I think you are angelically protected. I think, brother,
I don't know
you're
why. I don't know why, and I'm trying to figure out who are these beings or people or whoever that are like trying like what do they want with me, or like what are they doing, like
well, you know what
what
it
is
is? I'm going to help you out here because I'm listening to your story. You're new to my show. I'm not from this world. I come from the Ashtar Command, which are space people that are men and women that are beautiful people that have families on other planets. They're vegetarians. Let's see what else I can tell you. So I came here as a child of, I came here. I have a regular human life like any other person, but I had my first encounter with space people when I was a kid. And they were just, and, so I think listening to your story, what I'm getting is that you have a connection on the human level. Your mind saying, I don't understand why I'm this or why this is happening. Why am I protected? But if you meditate and you go within and you ask yourself, your higher self, why am I being protected? Who's protecting me? You might just get the answer. The
no,
answer
and
of the,
yeah, I don't want to cut you off right here right now, but
mm-hmm,
I was stationed in Yokosuka, Japan. And so when I was in Yokosuka, Japan, when all that happened to me, the doctors on the base were like trying to help me out, and one of the psychologists were like, "Hey, we're gonna go send you with these Zen Buddhists in Japan to try to help you with these meditation practices." So after that happened, I really got into meditation, and so when I wanted to go back to school, I went to the school at the University of Wisconsin, and the whole
mm-hmm,
reason why I wanted to go there is because of the Eastern Philosophy program.
okay.
And Richard Davidson, he works with the Dalai Lama. So
Oh,
when the Dalai
wow.
Lama,
Interesting.
so when the Dalai Lama would come to Madison, he would bring these monks with him, and Richard Davidson would do this brain scan imaging on these monks. But this chant that I learned in Japan, I don't know if you heard of it. It's Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. It's
No, I
this,
have not.
yeah. So it means mystic law. So it's trying to grab the energy of the universe, pretty much, and then use that for whatever abilities that you're, or whatever thing that you're trying to accomplish. So
Yeah.
I had never knew anything about meditation, but it seemed like the whole reason why I got hurt in Japan and when I was in the military doing these things is because they wanted me to figure out something with meditation. They wanted me to figure out how my mind worked. And I also think when I was younger, that was another reason why I had my head damaged, is because they wanted to figure out something with they wanted me to figure out how I think about things in a different type of way, and
Yeah.
I want to know who or what is going. I really do think that it's some other source outside of me that's
Yeah.
trying to, and I'm trying to figure out who the, with a lack of better words, who the fuck are you?
Okay, well, we'll have to watch the language, but the
Sorry, you know
language,
what I mean.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean, though, right? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I will tell you though, in this great discussion we're having, they're definitely protected by spiritual space people or angelic beings of light. That's who they are. I read energies, so you're not from this world. You would be considered the terminology called starseed. I'm a starseed. I am fully activated. I know I can do certain things here that I couldn't do before with my palm of my hand. So there's certain things that are, in your case, you have abilities that come within your consciousness, because before you came here as a human being, you're from another world. You don't know what world that is, nor do I. But you came here in human form, having the human experience. You did your things that you thought you wanted to do as a human being, but you're not from here. So let me ask you a question. If I say, would you accept the idea that you are human, but you're not from the planet Earth? What would you say to that?
That feels exactly spot on. And then when you start
Yeah.
talking, like my hand, like I'm always sweating, like my
Mm-hmm.
hands are always hot.
Mm-hmm.
The the bottoms of my feet are always hot. Like my head is always hot. Like I always have like all.
Hmm.
I always feel like I have this like uncontrolled energy in my
Yeah.
body all the time,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to like control it. And then because of that, like I like have all these like anxiety, panic attacks
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know how to like regulate like this energy that's like
So
flowing through.
how would you like me to help you tonight? I
I'm
haven't
trying to
planned on
figure
doing
out.
this.
So I'm trying to figure out who these people are. Like who are these entities? And I want to be
Mm-hmm.
able to communicate with them in a level where like I want to be able to like see them and talk to them. Like I want to
Mm-hmm.
like
I
figure it
know you
out.
do. So I'm willing to help you, assist you. I work in multiple levels of consciousness. Like I said, I'm not from this planet. I do the thing here. I work here. I can fit into society. I know how to play the game pretty well. But on this end of it, I'd like to help you and do something very positive for you if you want me to.
I do because I'm trying to figure this out. I have been
Okay.
for years now.
All right. So we're going to do something for you. I want you to, what we're going to do is, first of all, I want you to close your eyes, even though he can't come on live because he doesn't have enough followers to do that yet. But I want you to close your eyes. What we're going to do is work on your conscious area of your brain. And when I do that, I'm going to do some very, very minor changes and shifting. You already have all these abilities and all this energy. So we're going to bring in the level of clarity that will allow you to make contact with your star family who are protecting you. I don't know who they are, but definitely I go along with the earlier comment that there are angelic beings that are protecting you because you're not from here. And so the human mind doesn't understand why you're being protected. You're going to start understanding this once you connect with the cosmic level of your consciousness. So we're going to do something now for you. Give me a moment to switch my consciousness into the Ashtar mode. I want you to close your eyes, please. And even though I can't see you, I know you're there. So when you close your eyes, I want you to breathe in and breathe out, and I want you to relax. I want you to shut your mind off and tell your mind, okay, mind, it's time to shut down now. And as you shut your mind down, I want you to relax. And when you're relaxed, as you breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, when you're fully at peace and calm, let me know. I'm going to close my eyes here. Sometimes I'll do that when I'm doing the work I'm doing here.
I'm there.
Okay, good. I'm going to right now put one of my hands above your head area where your brain is. In a moment, you're going to feel some warmth of energy going through your brain, your cellular structure of your brain. What I'm going to do here is we're going to activate your ability to remember certain things before coming to Earth. It might take a couple of days for the memory to come back, but you're going to remember, besides being a human being, you will actually in meditation remember what planet you come from. It'll be like an epiphany. It'll just happen. I don't know how quickly it's going to happen, but I'm working right now on opening up that level that was blocked. Okay. And folks, understand, these abilities I have were given by my father on the ship, and I'm using them. I'm learning how to use them to help people on a lot of different levels here. And tell me how you're feeling. Do you feel anything at the moment?
Yeah, no, right off the bat, like I kept getting, and it was just like a flood of the word Nibiru, like over and over and over again. It was like Nibiru, 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 Nibiru. Like it kept saying Nibiru over and over and over again. I don't even.
Okay. You know what Nibiru is?
I've heard, and I've anything that you read here, I was taking with a grain of salt.
But
Um,
the word Nibiru came to your consciousness, correct?
like I'm saying, like right off of the bat, like it was like almost like instantaneous, and then
Okay.
it almost felt like if you had like if you were like to copy and paste something and it was able to like flow like really really quickly, like copy and go fast. It was just like never, like all the way like down the line,
Mm.
which was really weird. I've never had that before. And when you said that right away, when you were like, "Oh, your head's gonna feel like kind of like warm and hot," immediately there was a chill that went from the top of my head all the way down my back, and I'm still feeling it right now. Like I feel it in my elbow, and like the hair on my arm is starting to stand up, and also on the back of my neck.
Yes, I'm working on your energy right now. What I'm doing is I'm using Astro Command. I'll put it for lack of a better word. The abilities they've given me from my space family. Actually, you're going to remember a lot of things. And you are the first thing you go, you know, the word instinct. When you always go with your first instinct, your instinct is usually right on the first bat. If you try to question your instinct, then you're second guessing it. But when you come up with the first word, that brother will be the answer. So there's a connection with Nibiru. Um, I think you have a larger connection, just that, but I think there's a connection there. My main goal is to allow you to remember who you are, and that you will now be able to, it won't happen like instantaneously. What I'm doing is I'm realigning the cellular structure of your body, of your brain area, so that you can actually have and facilitate contact with your space family now.
My back just
And the
cracked right
beings
between
that are,
my back just cracked right between my shoulder blades.
yes, yeah, I'm opening up an area for you. The space beings will, they're going to make themselves known to you soon. I don't know what that means. The communications I'm getting is they're saying, tell him we are going to make contact with him soon. He will know who we are. They're saying, tell him we're going to make contact with him soon. He will know who we are. Do you understand?
That's weird because I'm starting to want to cry right now when you said that. That's weird.
Yes, they're going to make contact with you, brother. They're telling me they're going to contact you. You've been protected by them for a long time. You don't come from this world. I know you've been trying to figure it out, but you don't come from this world. You're going to realize very soon where you come from, and it'll all be good. You're going to be who you truly are. You're still going to be human. That doesn't stop. But now you will know who you are. And your cosmic family, your space family, they've been protecting you for a long time. They're just waiting for the right time. And now that we're doing this, you'll be ready to meet them. You're a beautiful soul. You understand you are. You'll meet your family, and you will still be here on Earth, but you will now meet them. They will embrace you. You'll embrace them. You'll know who they are. You don't have to wonder anymore who you are. All the work I'm doing with you right now is going to, the word is recognize yourself.
I don't know why this is, but I just wanted to pick my arms up in the air like I have wings on my back.
Mm-hmm. On another worldly level, you are in your space form. You're taller, and you're not as short as you. You're not short, but you're going to be taller. In your space beingness of your space body, you will be taller.
Yeah, because I'm already pretty tall,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of my family isn't that tall.
Yeah. Yep. So you're in good shape now. You're going to have when you have your dreams, they'll begin to communicate with you through the dream state. You're going to have some visualizations of them, and eventually they're starting with the cosmic dream state, and then they will make in less than a few months you will have physical contact with the space people that you are connected with. This is I'm being told. Do you understand?
That's weird, man. Like I just want to keep picking my hands up in the air, like I had like my arms are wings, which is really weird. I keep wanting to like pick them up. Like my hands are literally in the air right now. Like it's strange.
So in truth, what that represents is for you that you're more than merely a human being in human form. You're remembering who you are. Just do what you wish to do. Be who you wish to be. If you wish to raise your arm up and your hands up, do it. You're actually remembering who you are. You're more than just merely a human being. Although I do understand the human physical form, you are now remembering who you are. And you're going to have some beautiful experiences, brother.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. You can open your eyes now. How do you feel?
Like I just different. Like I feel light. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like really light, and for some reason like when you were doing this, like something about like my feet. I don't know what that is. Like it kept saying like foot, feet. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know about that, but I just know the overall message they gave me is number one, they love you. They've been protecting you all your life. You have an important, in a humble way, they're saying you have a mission to complete on this planet. That'll be bigger than yourself. You'll be helping others, and you have the compassion in yourself to help other people, correct?
Yeah, and I've always wanted to like help other people, like, and I don't know why that is. And which is, you know, even when like bad things happen, I still want to help,
Yes,
regardless of what's going on.
because where you come from beyond Earth, there's nothing in the words I can use. Where you come from before coming here, you live in a planetary system of love where there's nothing that is hurting somebody. So when you see that happening on Earth, you want to help them because you have that compassion which you brought with you when you came here.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's all it could be like even if like really if if someone else does something really bad to me, like it doesn't really affect me.
No, I know it doesn't.
And I've always wondered why that was the case. Like in the moment, like I might have like emotional things, but like when it's all said and done, it's like it just kind of like rolls off my back very quickly.
Yeah, no, you're not to hold on to anything negative. You're here to be protected in your own light in order to be able to help others.
I
So the
think
main
I yeah. Do you think that they're gonna tell me why that's the case?
when you have contact, you can ask them questions. I want you to use telepathic communications with them starting as soon as you can. And in your meditations, you can keep asking and say you're ready now to hear them and ready to communicate with your star family, Christed beings of light. and they will communicate with you shortly.
Which is also weird. I've always lived in the city, and then just recently I moved out into the country.
Well, that's
And
where
I'm
your
wondering
contact's going to happen. That's where it's going to happen.
that makes sense because I
That's
have
why
no idea.
that's why you left the city. They want you to leave the city. They really it's better for you to be in a country setting for contact to happen, and being in the country, you will have the contact.
And I'm in like the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, that's exactly perfect. That's where they want you to be. That's where they'll contact you. I want to do an experiment with you right now. We're going to see if you can hear them. I want you to keep your eyes closed now for a minute. Again, I'm experimenting with this. This is all new energy for me from the command. We're going to experiment here. I want you to, with your eyes closed, just say, I am ready to communicate with the Christed beings of light that are protecting me. Can you communicate with me now and listen for a response? I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight. I want to just see if there's a way they will begin to communicate with you from a telepathic standpoint. So please do that internally. Don't say it out loud. Say it in your consciousness and take a minute to listen. If nothing happens, that's okay. We're doing this we're doing this spontaneously here, so I don't expect anything. I have no expectations of you. Just let it happen, and let's see what goes on.
They keep saying to go outside.
Yeah, go. Can you go outside?
I can go outside actually.
Okay, go out. If they're asking you to go outside, go outside. I wish you had enough viewers to go live here, but that's fine. I hear the crickets, so you're outside. Yeah, he's in the country, all right. Okay, so now that you're outside, close your eyes and tell them that you're outside, and tell them to communicate that you're outside right now. What do they want you to do? Ask them. Relax. They'll answer you. And if they're communicating with you and told you to go outside, ask the person that told you to go outside what their name is and where they're from.
Josiah. I don't know what.
Josiah?
Josiah.
Okay, go with that. Josiah is their name. Ask Josiah what planet they're from.
Ask something
Josiah.
about Astar. What's Astar?
Josiah is with the Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command. Josiah. I don't know who Josiah is. Ashtar Command has many space people. So they're saying they're Josiah. So ask Josiah, who's with the Ashtar Command, what planet they're from.
It's just giving me a color, which is blue.
Blue. So Josiah, say to Josiah, do you come from a blue planet? Ask him that internally.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he comes from a blue planet. I don't know what the blue planet is, but that's a confirmation. Josiah is with the Ashtar Command. He's communicating with you. Remember that name, and he comes from a blue planet. Beautiful. Very beautiful. You're having contact with one of the command people, Ashtar Command, from a planet that's blue. Ask him if he can name the planet. What is the name of the blue planet? Ask him telepathically, Josiah, what is the name of your blue planet that you come from?
He says that the words they don't compute in my language.
They don't compute in our language?
Yeah.
Okay. For now, we'll have to go with that. Maybe the planet he comes from, we can't translate into English.
It's just saying like Doesn't compute.
Doesn't compute. Okay.
Whisper, wisp. What is wisp?
Whisk. I don't understand what he means.
Whisk or wisp?
Wisp.
Yeah, it's like wisp.
Water. Ask him? He's saying water. Is it a water planet?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So what he's saying to you, he lives on a water planet. Interesting. Josiah lives on a water planet. Very beautiful.
Drake.
Planet.
Drake keeps popping up.
Drake. If Josiah probably can hear me. Josiah, is your water planet in another dimension or in our solar system?
Another dimension.
Another dimension. Okay. I understand. Beautiful. Josiah, are you going to make contact with him directly? He can hear me.
He said no.
He's saying what now?
He said no.
No. So, Josiah, you're not going to make contact with him up in the country at any time soon? So you're going to practice telepathy, because this is really the first time I've done this like this. This is amazing.
He said go back inside.
He wants you to go back inside?
Yeah. That was weird. Then my body started tingling a bunch. And the hair on my arms are just standing up.
Okay. So ask him, does he have the ability to make contact with you physically in your house or whatever?
He said something about me being afraid.
Do you feel you're afraid?
He said something about he thinks it's going to be too much or something. Too much for me.
Too much, yeah. Yeah, go back in. It's, I'm glad we got to this point. I didn't know what was going to happen, but you have now the ability to communicate with Josiah, with your space family as well, directly. You'll have more communications with him and you can learn about each other as you get more comfortable. It's going to be a big experience if you have physical contact. So I think I take it step by step. There's no rush here. I just wanted to see whether we're able to realign yourself on consciousness, and I think you're going to be just fine. This is the first time you've done this, correct?
It is the first time I've ever done this.
You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to go backwards.
He just said he didn't want me to go up. He said he didn't want me to be on this. He said he doesn't want me to talk to you.
Okay, is he saying the reason why? Does he want to communicate with you privately? If that's true, I'll respect that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, Josiah, I will respect that. I know that you're just getting to know each other, so I'm going to honor Josiah. And Josiah, thank you for initiating your communications with 60 feet. And again, give me your first name again. I'm sorry.
It's Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. So Josiah, I will let you and Jeremiah get to know each other. And I thank you for coming forth with him, okay?
See, I'm hearing. It's weird. I'm hearing a different voice, and it literally said thank you. It literally said thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. So I'm going to let you go, and Jeremiah, take care. This is a blessing. Keep in touch with me in the future when things really progress. When Josiah feels comfortable, or the space people feel comfortable with having you come back here, I want you to just take time to get to know each other. And I appreciate the space people for communicating with you. And I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, brother. You take care of yourself. Okay. Wow. Now that is new for me. That's really new for me in my abilities my father gave me. So that was really amazing. And that for me is amazing. I am so happy for him. And this is the second person tonight that I've been trying to see if I can help them realign their consciousness. Thank you, Brenna, to communicate with their space family. And I am very, yeah, it's amazing, Juliet. Yes. I've never done this before. And I'm finding that my space father, Robar, gave me these abilities. And I'm very honored to use them when I need to. I think they're communicating right now. I think that communication's happening. He didn't want to keep doing it on here. I honor it. I respect it. I think when you're going to get to know somebody from another planet, you don't want to have to be on here to do it. And I think that's right. Thank you, bird lover. Diane, good to see you. Brenna, thank you. I'm taking a moment to take a deep breath. Thank you, Tommy. UFO Mania, thank you, brother. Like I said, UFO Mania, thank you for the heart. Jessica's next. I haven't forgotten about Jessica. Jessica is the next guest. We're definitely proud and honored to have Jessica come on here. Jessica, we have not forgotten. I had to take a deep breath for a minute after that, just to realign my energies here. Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
Good.
Good. It's good to have you on here, man. It's been a wild night here, so good evening or good morning.
Good. Yeah.
late
Night.
I also want to say CYN. I'll get to you. I'll actually bring you up CYN on the show. I do see you. I will get to you for sure. I'm not forgetting about anybody. But Jessica, go ahead. What would you like to share with us tonight?
Okay. I've been asking because it wasn't until about 2020 when I even looked up at the sky. I did when I was a kid, but astrology never meant anything to me. I never liked the subject of UFO ever until 2020. And that all changed for some reason, somehow, don't know why. But I look up at the sky and I will see these blinking, and I thought they were stars, but they kind of hover and they go around in a circle, and there's a tiny bit of red light coming through. When I did my phone app for the stars to see what it was over there by Mars. Now, this last couple of months, I've been seeing them all over the sky. I've been taking pictures with my phone because my eyes can't see what's there. But when I snap a photo, different stuff appears. I'm getting a question mark in the sky. I'm getting faces in the sky. And
are you seeing like a lot of type spaceship activity in the sky with your camera?
I don't know what they are. That's why I wanted to come on and ask you.
Well, I get the feeling that's what's happening. The camera, this is interesting. Most people don't realize this unless you're really tuned into it. Your camera lens actually has no filtering, no blockage. So a lot of times your camera will pick up what the human eye cannot see. So if you look at the same thing and try to see it with your human eye, you might not see it. Your camera lens, though, has no blockage, right? The camera has nothing telling it to block out something. So that's why when we do C5s and I have night vision equipment, we can see spaceships that you can't see with the human eye. With the night vision, you can see the spaceships that are cloaked.
I'm gonna show you the pictures that I took.
Oh, you got them? Okay, let's see if we can get John here with that. Yeah, you have enough followers, so you can definitely show us.
Can you see what I'm seeing in the cloud?
I see a dot in the middle, like a light circular.
You see where the dot, the two eyes and a mouth?
Kinda. There's a lot of openings in the clouds.
All right, I'm gonna show you another picture. This one is even better. See if the video will play. I think it's this one.
Okay. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. That one is really clear. I see something there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty amazing photo. Now that could be if that. What do you think it is?
I don't know, because when I'll show you what I actually took a picture of, and this is after I zoomed in. Let's see. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. in the sky. Well, when I took a picture of that, I blew it up. That's when I got the face.
Okay, so I can give a different perspective. There could be a face there, or it could be actually all the way out in space, a mothership.
So when I zoom in on that, that's when I got the smiley face.
Yeah. Zoom in on it.
Why would they
Zoom on
show
the
this?
one. Show me the picture that you had before, the one that where you saw the bigger looking, like the object or the circular. Yeah, that there. So what I'm saying there could be what is a smiley face, or it could be a oval shaped spaceship. You see what I mean? If you look at it, look at the outer edges of it, of the energy.
Yeah. So do a lot of people get that?
I've heard people are getting these images. I see a big mothership when I see that, although because of the graininess of the picture, you could see what appears to be a face and eyes, but I'm seeing an energy field around it that's a spaceship.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you the question mark.
Yeah, this should be interesting. And people are getting, there's more people that are getting pictures of these things. Can you zoom in on that a little bit more?
That's the thing that's about as far as it's going to go.
Really? I wish you could. If you can ever get that thing enhanced and zoomed in, it seems to me like it's actually a circular top, like a lollipop.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like there's 2 objects, 1, 2, 3, 5 objects, and it looks like the top part is more circular.
Yeah.
And I believe that's a ship.
So you think that's a
Either
ship?
no, either that or it's the Little Dipper. Now, when I do angled on
Not
it,
the Little Dipper.
It's not that you're sure about that. You know
I
the
had to
story.
zoom all the way. I'm gonna show. This came off of another picture. I didn't even know this was there until I examined the other picture.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you the picture it came off of.
The other people saying they're taking pictures of faces.
So this is. I mean, the question mark is way at the top, but you have to zoom in to see it. What I saw with my eyes. This is the first thing. What I saw with my eyes. I saw the bright dot to the left, the little one next to it.
Yeah.
Then I saw the bright dot to the right. This little trail coming out the one to the right, I never saw those. Those were not there until I took a picture.
So the 2 little dots that are there were not there with the human eye when you looked at it, right?
No, the big bright dots were.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They were. That's why I took a picture of them, because they were so close together, and I thought that was odd. And then I could see that other bright light. But the little trail of dots behind that little bright light, I could not see those.
So all those dots there that are looking like a V, you see the V formation?
Yeah.
That wasn't there with the human eye, right?
No, it was not there.
Let me explain something. That's a fleet of spaceships.
Huh. So the question mark is going to be right above
a fleet of spaceships. Right. So when I saw the question mark, if I was able to enhance it, it's like a lollipop. That's another grouping of spaceships.
Okay.
You're seeing I'm giving you information.
Okay.
This is spaceships and that is spaceships.
All right, let me show you the latest one. Oh. I did it. Oh, the latest one, yeah.
I appreciate this. It helps me help you to, and help others to, what's going on here.
Let's try that one. I don't know if it's... Okay.
Okay, well, now explain to us, narrate what we're looking at here.
Well, it's not. That's not the one I wanted, I don't think. Let me try this one. Okay, there it is. All right, see that bright one to the left?
Yeah.
All the way to the left? Okay, that was really, but that's the one I'm talking about that has that tint of red to it. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of those all over the sky. It's not a plane. The redness is just like attempt, but that this will move in a circular motion, but kind of in the same place, just
Right.
kind of call it twinkle
Right.
twinkle. All right,
But they
so
do move. They are moving, correct?
yeah. Now the one next to it, the smaller one, faint one, this one I have a video. It keeps blinking in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll be in and out, and then the three bright ones I saw, but at the ones at the top, all these little dots at the
Right.
top, again, I
Right.
never saw any of that.
Let
Never.
me ask you a question, Jessica. The one on the bright one towards my face, the other two bright ones that are in alignment with each other, those were not in the picture when you looked at it from just your eye view, right?
In my eye, the bright one was there, and the three dots on the right were there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there's two. There's one at the very top right-hand corner is a faint. That one, and the one next to the one closer to your face, the big bright one, that little
Right.
faded light. Them two
Yeah.
kept blinking. They would come in and out, in and out. I got video of it. It would show up, come back, show up, come back, show up, come back.
If you were to, Jessica, get really, let's say we were up in space close to those blinking lights, I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to take a reach here, but I think I'm right about it, those are motherships.
Okay. Who are they
Those
and
are
why are
motherships.
they here?
Well, you're having, I don't know yet who they are. I'm going to have to absorb this and think about it and meditate on it before I tell you anything. But I know you're having contact visually right now with a lot of different spaceships. I can't tell you who they are, but I'm not getting anything negative. I just don't know who they are.
Is everybody else seeing these bright, the one closer to your face, the bright one with the red tint? Is everybody else seeing those?
I mean, I wish we can enlarge it and get a close up of it.
I know.
Other people say yes, they're seeing it. They're saying yes. People are saying yes.
Okay. All over the night sky? Okay. Now, one
Yes,
more I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can find it. Oh. This one I took the last night. You were on one night, and there was a girl in her backyard trying to focus in on what I was talking about, the bright one with the little red tint to it. She was trying to focus in on it. She couldn't. But while y'all were talking, you even said my name, and I was trying to tell you I was still here. But I saw this in the sky right above us.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely, and let me ask you a question. When you,
And I
it's
just
nice
put
when,
satellite because I didn't want to sound crazy, but.
well, you don't sound crazy. So when you saw it, what was happening as you were watching? Did anything happen? Was it moving? Was it stationary? What was going on?
It was same thing. It was there, but it was kind of moving around, like circular moving around, but in the same spot. They're not planes. They're not, they don't shoot across the sky. They hover in the same spot, but they just kind of, like they dancing around in a circle, kind of.
Right. Well, satellites don't dance around in a circle, so forget the satellite thing. That's out of the picture. It's definitely some sort of a spaceship. The radiance of the light emanating from it tells me it is definitely not conventional. It's all the way up in space. It's not a satellite. It's not the space station. And you were watching this thing doing what it was doing, it's definitely it's another spaceship. It's not a reflection of anything other than this is in the night sky, correct?
Yeah.
So she took this at night, folks. So, this is nighttime. So definitely I see, as you showed it before, I think you showed it before without saying that you've got another spaceship of some sort in space that you actually documented.
Yeah, because this is different from the other two. This is different from the one that I zoomed in on and got the face. And this is different from the other one that is bright with that red tint, and the other one kept flashing in and out.
And let's say, for example, Scooby, that the sun can reflect off the spaceship, which it can. The sun's light can hit the spaceship, but it also could be that the spaceship radiates its own light, right? It's a very interesting shape. you know. All right, Jessica, I want to thank you, man. It's after 1 o'clock in the morning here already. I want to
Yeah.
thank you for being here and sharing all that information. Super duper information. I appreciate it. This is what disclosure is. When the people watching my show document things, this is better than anything the Pentagon's going to tell you. It's happening right here. So, Jessica, I got to thank you for doing it. We've reached 100,000 people that have liked the show. Everybody follow me. We're trying to get up there so we can reach out to more people. And I want to thank you, Jessica, for taking the time to do this.
One more quick question. What do
Yeah.
I do? Oh, there was one night that I said, okay, I'm going to do this every time the sky is clear. I'm just going to take pictures and see what happens.
Mhm.
Because what I can see with my eyes is not there. I take a picture and then all of a sudden I see way more in the picture, right? So I'm going to do this. Well, the next night I go to do it, every picture come out completely black.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
So I said, okay, I give up. And then an hour later, I went back out and I saw it fading in and out, twinkling, and I got it. So, is that normal?
Yeah. Yeah. So understand the space beings can come in and out of our vibrational pattern. So they can, if they come in and say also they just blink out, they can blink out of our dimension in 2 seconds. So it's up to them whether they visually want to stay there doing their thing or just disappear.
So they must not have wanted me to take pictures at that moment.
Maybe not. I don't want to assume. I don't think we should assume what they wanted or didn't want. They could have just decided, okay, we're going. We're here. We'll come back. I think it's just nothing more than that. And they
All right.
probably knew. Yeah, I think Scooby's right. The space people know when they're being observed. They
Yeah.
definitely know that.
I think they said,
do.
not tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right, dear Jessica. Thank you. You have a wealth of information. You've been a fantastic guest. Well, thank you so much for coming up here.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Jessica, everybody, give her a round of applause on Encounters. Let me see here. Let me do this here. Let's see. And let's see what else is happening here. William. So let's see. We have William Chumley. So William Chumley, we're going to bring William up here. And this is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm also a talk show host on Sunday mornings on NPR Radio, WESU-FM, with the Cosmic Eye. William, welcome to the show.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And tell us, where are you located?
I'm located in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, great. We're glad to have you on here. So tell us your story.
Back in 2009, me and a buddy of mine was going to ride around on Atlanta Highway, and we was having a few beers together. We just got off work. Well, I noticed there was something going across Atlanta Highway here in Montgomery, bouncing up and down, and it looked like it was losing its light. It kept losing its light, Next thing you know, it lit up like a cigar,
Yep.
like a cigarette lighter, and flew off like bad out of hell.
Yep.
And I told my buddy, I said, I called the radio station and see if there was an airplane might have crashed or something. There wasn't no airplane crash at all.
Wow.
Figured me and him saw a UFO.
Yeah, no, that would be a typical situation. And do you remember what it looked like when you were looking at it? I always like to ask people when they have a UFO sighting, what did the object look like to you?
Like round. Yeah, it looked round.
Mm-hmm. And was it silent or was it noisy?
It was silent.
Silent.
Yeah.
And that's a really important answer, because if it was silent, it was not definitely one of ours. If it was silent, it's definitely what we call a non-terrestrial object or spaceship. So you had and what year was this?
2009.
2009. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what you're sharing with our audience is important, because what you're sharing is that this 2009 sighting was an oval round object, no sound. I've been involved in the subject for years, so I can tell you that it wasn't one of ours. It was definitely a extraterrestrial spaceship.
All right. I didn't.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. Have you had any other experiences since 2009?
Nope.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, you know, you're one of the lucky ones. The fact that you had an experience, there's billions of people that have never seen anything. So I think it's fantastic you came up here to share that story. And watch my show. As you know, there'll be a lot of stories here, a lot of people that are having these things happen. So you're not alone. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, William in Alabama.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're
Yes,
great.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And we had William out here. This is the beauty of my show. People from all walks of life are coming here, sharing their stories. People having visitations. People are learning. Tonight's been the most incredible night for tonight. And we've had people. I facilitated contact with my last guest with people from another planet, and that was a telepathic thing. They went off the live to get to know each other. So this is the kind of stuff we're doing here, folks. This is actually busting the matrix 10,000 times over. There's no other UFO show that's going to do what I'm doing here. And I don't know if any other UFO show on YouTube wants to challenge me, they will never win because they'll lose. Because all they're doing is interviewing a bunch of people at UFO conferences talking about their books and about all the good stuff they've done, and these former military people that are for disclosure, when in fact we're having people make contact on the show. We're having people come out in the open talking about what they're doing. So I can tell you here, in my humble opinion, we are busting the matrix. We are doing it. And I think we have another person in the queue here. Nature's Whispers, my friend Nature's Whispers. I'm not sure how many more interviews I want to do tonight because it's getting late. But Nature's Whispers, hey brother, how you doing?
I'm good. Let me flip that camera.
Things are happening, I'm telling you.
All right. Yeah, I'm really having an experience. It's just out of this world, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Literally.
Nature Whispers, for people that don't know him, he has constant things happening with the intergalactic space area, and we're glad to have him on here tonight.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get the pictures again. Effects,
Yeah,
right?
so what you're going to do is you got to go open your camera up, and you're going to go to Enhance. Press the Enhance button, and go to the Effects button, and then you can start going to your pictures.
Yeah, it's not trying to show me.
So if you go to your if you go to your effects, go to the effects icon, and you'll see your pictures show up. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna jump through some pictures, but everywhere there's ships, there's faces everywhere, and beings, and just I mean, like when I see this, there's always a ship around. You see all the faces, the beings, but they're definitely multidimensional. Up top there, it's cloaked, but and then going up, it's coming up out of the ground. You can see the little circular patterns going up. It has the faces in it. Something about ships and faces and beings. Let's see. More. You see the circular pattern in there as it's going up? But you see the faces, right?
I can see what appears to be a circular pattern.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like with ships, don't worry, I've got some good ones here in a minute. But I'm just showing like a sign of ships, like what they'll do. They always like see the rings in there, the rings of faces. But look up top, you could almost see the ship at that point. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'll have pictures on here. I'm trying to get to the ones I saw today, or because there's this silver ship today, and it was cloaked. But hang on a minute, I'm trying to go. The pictures are too small, you know what I mean? Bad eyes.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. Let's see.
My cat decided to lay down next to me here, so that's okay.
Okay, this is in front of my house and my cabin. Up top's the ship. That's a portal, and you see all the faces and stuff.
And I'm looking at that. I'm just letting people view it. My audience, over 300 of them are looking at that right now.
Portals. See all the faces and the beings. But there's
Yeah, I'm
round
looking at it. It looks like a
up
bunch of
tops
dots.
the ship. It gets clear here in a minute. I'm just showing you different signs of what happens, like when they come out of the
Yeah.
portal. And sometimes they'll start small and they'll get bigger as they go up.
Yeah. Yeah, keep them up for a few minutes, for about more than a minute or two, so people can really look at it.
I got color ones
Okay.
with beings on top of them, and
Yeah,
like
so
it's a
let's let
clear
people
ship.
look at this.
Mhm.
This way everyone can really take an in-depth look at the picture and absorb the picture, and then they can
To that, there's always a lot of faces. It's something about me and ships, or me and anything that's cloaked around us, around me. Like I see all this energy, and a lot of the power, I guess they get, or a lot of the ships are linked to their subconscious and energy. Like each being's energy, like if you was to touch something, I could take a picture of what you just touched, and your face would be on it. Your energy looks just like you, and everybody leaves a mark. It's the same with these beings. Like they kind of like their minds are connected to it, or some sort of energy source.
yeah,
So
someone wants me to make a larger screen. It doesn't do anything.
yeah,
The larger screen is the same as it was with me. So let me go backwards. Let's do this here. I'm
try
going
to
to
get
bring
to,
everything back to
I want to get
normal here.
see a little bit better one.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. Hello there. What you doing there? I'm talking to my cat. What do you need, huh? What are you looking at? She just decided to go somewhere else. Maybe she sees an Ashtar Command space being walking in the hall there. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird if that's happening. Not really. If I am being taken off planet, they'll tell me. It won't be during the show, I don't think.
I hear I've been up on this silver ship, but last night I was on a live, and like that ship was up there up top. See all the bases around it, and it tried to cloak it, and it still come out, and it had all these different faces to it. I'll go, bro. I'll show the whole little sky here in a minute, so you can see it if I can find
Yeah,
it.
let's do like one or two more because it's like 1:16 in the morning. Well, I forgot what part of the country you're in. Are you on the East Coast or West Coast?
Oh, you want to see a really cool one today? I got it at Walmart.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Try to find the best one. I'll just do this small one first, but it'd probably be too small there. Hang on, I got a closer one. Oh no, I found this in the day. Out in the woods. I'm trying to get a good picture of it real quick. I think it's that one. No. I'm trying to be quick. It's just they're so small I can't see. Where's the Walmart one? Okay, hang on a minute. I'll get it. It's you'll see. It's a black one. It's a dark one. Dark energy. But it's gonna take me a minute to find the right one here.
Okay.
You can see the circular pattern. You see the circular pattern, all the faces in it. That's a dark energy one. That's the negative beings.
Yeah. Well, let me do this, Nature. This woman's been asking to come on since forever. Her name is, she has pictures actually called Peter Davenport, the National UFO Center, which I'm familiar with. So let's come back on with you tomorrow night, maybe a little bit. I want to bring this woman on as my last guest, and we'll do some more stuff.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, Nation Whispers, thank you. I'm going to bring the other person on here as my last interview, and I'm going to bring Jenny or Jeanette or Jenny. The thing is, you have to have, I think, 500. You only have 59 followers, but we can bring you up, but we can't have you show the pictures because you have to have 500 followers to get video. So everybody follow her. I'm going to pin the comments here, but you need to change your setting. So change your setting to no, actually, you don't have to change your setting. Let me see here. Hold on a minute. I can bring you up, but I don't have a way of having you show the pictures. You would have to have 500 followers on TikTok to do that. So yeah, I think I want to have you on. I'm following you, CYN. Everybody follow them, and hopefully we can get them up to that 74 followers. We're not going to be able to do it tonight, but every time you come in here, we're going to have people follow you, get you up to 500 followers, and then you can show your pictures on encounters. We'll definitely do that. For right now, it's now 1:19 p.m. a.m. in the morning, but I want to get enough people to follow her first to get the thing started. And we'll get everybody to follow her. She's got pictures. I know Peter Davenport for the National UFO Center in state of Washington. All right. It's been a long night, folks. I guarantee it. So everybody follow her. And let's see. I'm going to... you're good, CYN. You're good. We're going to try to get you a lot of followers here. Hold on a minute. I'm pinning you on here. So if I get 267 people to follow you tonight, that'll get you halfway up to where you need to be. We have to get you up to 500 followers to go live. And we're not going to be able to do it tonight. There's no way we can do it. And we're going to just wait a few more minutes. And then we're going to sign the show off for the night. And we'll have more people follow you when you watch my show. I'll put you up on a pinning thing here so people can follow you. Cracker, we'll have you on tomorrow night. I know you've been trying to get in touch with me. Cracker, we'll bring you on tomorrow night on the show after 11. I want to thank everybody here as people are following CYN. I want to thank everybody here for being here and sharing your information. I had some wonderful guests. Thank you, Mike Masters. But like anything else, when I sign off, I have to clear all the energy. I do a closing when I'm not on here. I do a lot of clearing just to make sure everything's clear. Rob, blessings to you. Thank you. Half Pint, Ray, and Mary, take care. Everybody take care. We're going to sign off now. You've been watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. We'll catch you again tomorrow night at 11. Take care, everybody. Be well.